Welcome back guys. In this video I want to share you my thoughts about Assassin's Creed Infinite, what the new Assassin's Creed should be like and what they should focus on when they make the new Assassin's Creed. First of all, I'm very glad that Ubisoft Quebec is taking the lead in the development, because Ubisoft Quebec was responsible for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so everybody should keep their fingers crossed that we will get back our amazing gear and build system which was keeping us playing this game for hundreds and hundreds of hours over years and years. That was the key factor of the longevity of Assassin's Creed Odyssey and why it is still so popular today. But how can we actually improve such a good game? Odyssey actually gives you the answer on a silver platter, because all those random generated mercenaries should be real active players trying to hunt you down when you do something illegal. It would transform the single player experience into a real open world RPG, with other players carrying gear, attacking, interacting. You can even loot them to get better gear, you don't have to rely to blacksmith, and there can be a bounty system. For example, if you have no bounty, no player can attack you, so you will be safe and you can just roam around and do your missions. But if you do something illegal, you could appear on the message board as a target to be hunted down. How awesome would that actually be? That would be such a fantastic interaction with other players, with messing around, testing your builds, testing your might, testing your strength. Of course, there should be some limitations, that only players around your level are spawning close to you, and of course you won't have a server with hundreds of mercenaries walking around. There will only be a very limited amount of players, just put in 10 or 20 and that would be totally enough to make this work. But of course there should also be an offline mode as well, so that you can just enjoy the story and play with the usual computer mercenaries. And if messing around with other mercenaries in the open world is not enough, what about implementing a real arena? I mean an endless horde mode which is just increasing in level and testing your strength. And it could not only be played alone, you could also play this, for example, with some friends. Forget about co-op missions and story, whatever, it's not important. Just give us an endless horde mode arena where we can fight with each other, revive each other and just have a great experience together in a multiplayer arena mode. That idea is not entirely new, because there was already a game 5 years ago which did a real awesome arena multiplayer mode. It was called Rise Son of Rome. While this game fell short in many other regards, but the multiplayer mode was actually awesome. There was a similar build system like in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where you could put in resistances, health generation, weapon strength, and to prevent players from playing infinitely there was a constant health drain. And what also made it very special is that the surroundings were able to change. The arena was much bigger and there could be hills, there could be new temples, there could be new soldiers or animals released into the arena. You could even replay historic battles and that was totally awesome. And of course we need more customization. We need more customization of our ships. We actually have to modify our weapons, our arrows. We need to have catapults, ballistas with different strengths, with different armor, with different projectiles. There should actually be a similar build system for our ship. And why not make the ship speed dependent on your armor, with heavy tanky ships being slower and lightweight ships being less tanky and faster. And for those of you who prefer land-based battles, why not give us ballistas, catapults, siege towers for conquering cities as well. And all this would really fit perfectly into a real Roman Empire Assassin's Creed game, which spans all the way from the whole Mediterranean, Spain, Africa, Italy, Egypt, Greece. All those graphic props from Valhalla, from Greece, from Origins, they could all be reused when they make a Roman Empire Assassin's Creed game. So the effort is not that high. They don't have to redevelop the whole wheel this time, they just have to make it bigger and better. Of course, other good settings could also be Babylon, Persia and other stuff in the antiquity, but for my opinion that could be just implemented in different games A Roman Empire game is definitely my favorite of those. And if any of this is implemented, then I would also really like to have some easier ways to modify and collect our gears, because reloading blacksmith or grinding stuff for hours is not what players really want to do. Just give us an easier way to do that, because there will be much better stuff to use our gear and to play the game. You don't have to make us search for gear all the time. We want to enjoy the game all the time. I would really like to focus more on the arena instead of the blacksmith. Maybe that can be combined, that arena rewards make you change your engravings, that you get some tokens, and that could be very rewarding and satisfying if you could improve your builds with it. Or just give us the opportunity to re-roll our gear to change the engravings for spending some money or some resources. There should be an infinite resource and money sink, and re-rolling engravings or perks would be a perfect infinite money and material sink. And I would also really like to see trade routes coming back like we had them in Assassin's Creed Origins, where you can plunder them, where you can get money from bandits or materials. But after all, the game also must be playable completely in offline mode. So I believe a lot of players don't want to play RPGs, they just want a core Assassin's Creed experience. So all this should also be working in offline mode to really satisfy the old fans of Assassin's Creed. So there need to be some filters to adjust the online experience, to turn it down or turn it off completely to satisfy everyone. And there should also be some sliders to adjust the amount of loot that is actually dropped in the game. Any soldier could simply just drop money and materials instead, and then you can simply go to the blacksmith and buy your weapons. It's not so difficult to do that, and it would make every side happy. The old fans and the new fans, and everybody would like to play this game. So if anything of this is actually implemented in the next Assassin's Creed, it will be absolutely a killer game, especially from the first features I mentioned. So don't forget to subscribe, leave me a like, and see you next time.